Welcome to my midweek episode of Real Women's Stories with me, Lisa Quait. Going sober is very hard to do it alone. You kind of want to buddy up with someone. And this episode really is about my journey that I've been going through. So I thought it would be a really, really good idea to document situations that I've been in and record messages to you guys as each situation happens and as each challenge I'm faced with, because it's all good and well that we talk about going on a sober journey, but in reality, how hard is it going to be? I just wanted to give you my take on what's happening to me and how I've been feeling. So, as I said, I've documented it over a number of weeks, which I'm going to be playing to you. It's Monday morning and I feel great. I didn't drink all weekend. I went to 3 events. I didn't have 1 drop of alcohol. I danced my socks off. I chatted to loads of people, and it's Monday morning and I feel fantastic. I just can't see the benefits of having a drink, but I can see the benefits of not having a drink. This is the second video entry I've done along my journey of being alcohol free. And today I had to go to a family lunch. Now, normally for a family lunch, I love having a glass of wine. I love having a bit of a giggle, good food, good company, good banter, but the option wasn't there for me. And actually that was my take home. I've made a choice not to drink, and so therefore there was no choice. There was no option for me to choose whether or not, Lisa, would you like a glass of wine? My whole family know I'm not drinking. No one offered me a glass of wine. Everyone was really respectful, and it was no issue.
Go on, Lisa. Come have some drink.
I mean, I'm not drinking and it's Friday and these guys are trying to get me to drink alcohol, and that's really not fair. It's my second weekend. I've had a pretty tough week, if I'm honest with you. I had to take a client out for lunch to a beautiful steak restaurant with lots of red wine around me, and it was very luxurious. And I'm going to be honest with you, the only reason why I didn't drink was because my clients weren't drinking. So I don't know what would have happened if they would have asked for a bottle of wine, but they didn't, and I was very pleased. And now it is Friday, and normally I would go home and crack open a bottle of lovely, I guess either some nice rosé or a bottle of red wine with our dinner, and that will be the start of our weekend. But no more. So I'm staying strong. I feel okay. I had a little bit of a wobble because the guys in the office were trying to encourage me to drink. They were trying to sabotage me, I should probably say, but it didn't work. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a lovely meal and a little treat after dinner, and then have a nice cup of Ovaltine and then go to bed, because I'm podcasting in the morning. So I'm doing this so I can be the best version of myself, so my head will be clear, and I just keep telling myself that. So no one is going to sabotage me, and I'm going to keep on going. It is Friday night, and as you can see, I am driving, which means I am not going to be drinking any alcohol. I'm going to a party where there's going to be about 70 people. I'm kind of feeling all right about it. I do struggle Fridays though, because that's my night where I would normally end of the week have a little bit of a drink. But the one thing that's probably spurring me on is the fact that Saturday mornings, when I haven't been drinking, I've been feeling really good. And I've got another party tomorrow night, and I've got another party on Sunday night. So that is really powering me through, because I think I'm going to feel a lot better, and I'm not going to be hungover tomorrow, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to keep on going. It's the morning after the night before, and I just wanted to leave this message. I went to a cocktail party last night. I didn't get into 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't drink any alcohol, and looking back on reflection, if I had had a drink, I would be feeling a hell of a lot worse than I do now. I've only had 5.5 hours sleep. I've had back-to-back meetings all morning, and I'm feeling tired, jaded. If I drank alcohol, how much worse would I have felt this morning, and how would I have got through my meetings? I just don't know, because I just remember that sick, seedy, horrible feeling that I used to get, and having to constantly eat and binge just to keep my energy levels up. Well, this morning I am feeling tired, but I'm not hungover, and my choice of not drinking last night for me was one of the best choices I have made. So that was my second function in the space of a week that I've been to and not drunk. I've got another 2 next month, which I aim to not drink at. And I genuinely feel that this is a really good direction for me. We won an award last night, which was fantastic. Well, actually, my boss did. And I had to go and accept that award on his behalf. And if I'd been drinking, I don't think I would have felt as confident on that stage to walk up stage in my dress and my heels. I would have been worried about stumbling, but I was completely in control. I knew that I didn't have a drink, and I felt super confident, and I had to speak as well on his behalf. We weren't expecting the award, so it really was kind of a very spur of the moment situation. It's Saturday night, and it's my 5th week of not drinking. Tonight I went to an 18th birthday party, and I took a bottle of Prosecco with me, which I haven't ever had before, and I was very pleasantly surprised. It actually tasted like a bit of bubbly. So I drove to the party, I had a few drinks of Prosecco, I had a boogie on the dance floor, I chatted to loads of people, and I'm now in my kitchen having a cup of tea, and I'm going to be going to bed soon. I don't feel drunk. I feel quite alive, I feel quite good, and I'm really looking forward to a good night's sleep. This is the final diary entry of my 12-week sober journey, and what a journey it has been. I have had a few slip-ups, I'm not going to lie. Things haven't gone as well as I thought they were going to go, but I've just picked myself back up again, and Andy's lives have just kept me going throughout my whole journey. So this is my final week. I'm going to push through, and I'm feeling great. Andy's kind of been my buddy, not in person, but I've been watching his lives every single morning, and his lives have been helping me keep the momentum up, feel stimulated, feel energized, because you can wake up one morning and you think, oh gosh, it's come to the end of the week and I just want to have a drink. And I am guilty of this. I will say to my husband, he'll be like, how are you feeling? Yeah, I'm great. And then all of a sudden, he'll get a text message from me. It's the end of the week. I really feel like I want to have a drink. And he'll be like, are you sure? And I'll be like, no, it's fine. No, I'm not going to do it. 30 minutes later, I'll send him another text. Wow, it's been a bit of a hard week, maybe I kind of just feel like I want to relax. What's one drink going to do, And he'll be like, okay, so do you want me to put the wine in the freezer? If it's obviously rosé. Or do you want me to open the wine for you when you get home? Because he kind of can take it or leave it. For me, it's a real struggle. So listening to Andy's lives every morning really keeps my momentum going. I've got one in particular that I'm going to play to you. And this is really about a struggle that I've had where I have fallen down. And he says that it takes 6 to 7 times of a rotation, kind of like a corkscrew. If you imagine a corkscrew going around, of your journey that you go through. So if you imagine you start that journey with that wine bottle, spinning it up, putting it out, and you're kind of at the first hurdle. And sometimes we fall down. So how do we pick ourselves up? Do we feel guilty? Do we just fall off the wagon completely? Let's listen to what Andy says, because this is one thing that really helped me.
It's nothing to be regretful about or ashamed of or embarrassed about. It's a necessary part of change. We know this through the change literature from the great James Prochaska and the stages of change model. What we know through the research is that on average, it takes people 5 to 7 times around the behavioural change loop before they make lasting change. What does that tell us? It's like a corkscrew of change. You never go back to the bottom again like snakes and ladders. You just loop around again. So if there's a blip, a slip, or a stumble, it's just a learning point that will take you higher the next time. And you might slip or stumble again, but it's a learning point that takes you higher again. With that frame in mind, we remove the shame, the embarrassment, and give you the ability to learn from the situation so you can come back more resilient and stronger and then achieve your goals, whatever they are, on your alcohol-free adventure. So let's do this.
So there you go. So that was one of Andy's lives that I've recorded and I've kept with me because we might slip up. I'm not saying you're going to. I did and I have done, and I had felt I did feel the shame. I did feel the guilt, but I listened to that and I listened to what he was saying really carefully. It's a spiral upwards. So even if we fall down, we can pick ourselves back up again and we can go for it. So if you are feeling, or if you have had a slip up, it doesn't matter. Start again, because what you've learned on your journey so far is just going to take you higher each time. So yeah, that was a really, really, really big learning for me. And again, listen to Andy's lives. They are so powerful. They're so enlightening. And I'm going to play you another one because I honestly really feel that these are helpful.
5 tips to crush Sober October. Number 1, focus on the wins. What the benefits, the joys, the bonuses. That's not even a word, but that's how good it is when you take a break from alcohol. Stay focused on the wins rather than the losses. It's not about giving something up. It's about gaining all these incredible advantages. Have you got more time, more energy? Is your vitality starting to bounce back? Does your skin look a bit better? Are your connections even deeper? And do you feel more peaceful and calm? And are you getting more stuff done? Stay focused on the wins. Number 1. Number 2, you're going to get tons of time back. Time you never even knew you had. Do something constructive with it. Reignite an old hobby. Go and meet friends. Go and collide with life in a different way. Leverage all the incredible time you get back to do good, to remind yourself that you're gaining rather than losing. Number 3, use your extra vitality and energy to get up of a morning and do something energetic. Hit the gym, go for a swim, remind yourself that you've got more consistency than you've ever had before. Number 4, start a morning routine. Can you get up before the alarm clock? Because you will sleep so much better. And actually make some journals. I don't know, do some yoga, write a book, do something exciting before the world's awake. Number 5, just show up and love it. Connect, collide with life in a big way, still be super social and enjoy every second of it.
There you go. I mean, when I listen to all of those things that Andy has raised, why would I want to have a drink? It just doesn't make sense, does it? His energy, his vitality, getting up in the morning, having a good night's sleep, going to do things that we normally wouldn't do. And I document all of this within my own journey. I honestly believe that this is a journey that's going to take me through my whole year of 2025. I've kickstarted it. As I said, I've had a few pitfalls. I did fall down, but as Andy says, let's not sit with our shame. Let's not sit with our guilt. We have to learn. And what happens if we make mistakes? We learn from our mistakes. So take those as learnings. What have you learned from it? You've learned that you feel crap. So why would you drink? Why would you go out and have a drink? So the next time when you go out, be prepared. Be prepared. That was one of the things that Andy and I spoke about. I can't remember if it was the episode before or the one before that, but he talks about journaling. You know, write your plan down. when I went out on my evenings, I had a plan in my mind. I spoke to my partner about how I was feeling. I spoke about how I was going to show up. I knew what the evening was going to be about. So in my head, I kind of already mapped it out. I knew I was going to go in. I knew I wasn't going to drink. I took in one of my recordings, I took some no secco with me. I'd never had it before, and you know what? Having that glass in my hand during that 18th birthday party, my God, I didn't even notice that I hadn't had a drink, and I just had so much fun, and I had so much energy, and I could talk to people, and I could communicate. I wasn't slurring my words. So yeah, I mean, plan your evenings before you go out. Think about who you want to be when you go out and have an intention, set your intentions. We talk about it in mindfulness. You can talk about it when you go out socially. Who do I want to be when I go out tonight? I want to be energetic, conversational. I'm going to make it my aim tonight to find out something new about somebody, because sometimes when you drink, you sit in your own huddle. But what about if you go up to someone and say, "Hey, I'm Lisa," or "I'm whoever, and how come you're here? What are you doing here?" You can start interacting with people more. But I think when you have a drink, I don't know, for me, I kind of withdraw into myself and I stay with my group of people. But let's kind of explore our evening. Let's have a chat with people that we've never spoken to before. Let's set ourselves a challenge, like I said, and go and find out something new about somebody that you didn't know about them, because that's something new and exciting. And then you can look back on the night and you can remember your night. You can remember what's happened. You can remember the conversations that you've had with people. Honestly, my journey so far has been challenging, but listening to Andy's lives, turning up and making sure that I'm prepared about what my evening is going to be like, who I'm going to be when I show up in that situation, and setting my intention, and then reflecting on it the next morning when I wake up. Did I sleep well? Yes. Did I remember what happened last night? Yes. Have I learned something new about somebody? Yes. If I had been drinking, I wouldn't have remembered my night. I wouldn't have slept well. I probably wouldn't have gone up to somebody and asked them something interesting about them, because I would have had a slurred, drunken conversation. I'm just seeing the benefits so much on my journey, and I really hope you are too. However, if you are struggling and you would like a little bit of help, and you feel that this episode has helped you, I would like to continue to help you. And I know that Andy would too. Look him up on Instagram, Andy Ramage. You will find him and you will look at his lives, and they will keep you going. And if you would like my help, I would love to help you too. So if you have found this episode interesting, if it's been helpful, if you found my diary entries helpful, do them yourselves. Create your own diary. You know, I think that's also helped me on my journey. Looking back through my diary entries and listening to myself talk about all the positives that's just coming out of my journey, my sober journey. And when I fall down, it doesn't matter, because I've got that corkscrew vision in my head that where I drop, I'm just going to pick myself up, and next time I'm going to go even higher. I love that analogy that Andy's given us. And I really think that that's one thing that I'm taking home with me. And from now on, at least I know that I have a choice whether or not I want to drink, and you can too. So I really hope this episode has helped you. If you want to get in touch with me, if you need my help, love to help you. And I'm sure Andy will help you too. It's TheRealStoriesPodcast at gmail.com. TheRealStoriesPodcast at gmail.com. Give us a follow. Let us know that you're enjoying this episode. And if you want us to do more on having a sober life and a sober journey, then, you know, let us know about it. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week for my next episode of Real Women's Stories.